Hi, my name is Akankshya Upadhyay and I am your English instructor. In today's class, we will solve the grammar portion of Unit 6, which is expressing conditions. Let's begin. Today we will see how to use the conditional sentences. A conditional sentence operates on conditions. So we have a condition and we have a clause related to that condition. For example, if you heat ice, it melts. The condition is that you heat ice. So if you heat ice, now this is the probable result. So it melts. So on a condition of heating ice, the ice will melt. Now we have several types of conditional sentences. The first one we will go through today is the zero type. So in zero type, we basically perform zero types for general truths. In case of general truth, the tense is always present tense. So we have two parts for conditional sentence. The if part, that is the condition part, and then we have the main clause. So the main clause is the resulting clause. So for zero condition, we have if clause in simple present and main clause also in simple present. The example again goes back to the one we just saw, that is, if you heat ice, it melts. Now this is a general truth. That's why we have the if clause in simple present tense and the main clause also in simple present tense. And this is type 0. Now we shall see the type 1 conditional sentence. For type 1, we have a possible condition and its probable result. So a possible condition and its probable result. Now again, we have two clauses, the if clause and the main clause. For type 1, the if clause is in simple present tense, while the main clause is in simple future tense. Now the if clause is in simple present tense. So if you haven't got enough time today, this is the simple present tense. And the main clause, I'll wash your car tomorrow, is in future tense. So this is type 1 conditional sentence. Next we have type 2 conditional sentence. Now for type 2, we have a hypothetical condition and its possible result. So we use this type when we have a hypothetical condition and a possible result. Now for tense, the if and main clause. So in this case, it must be simple past in case of if clause, and for main clause, we have present conditionals. For example, if it rained, you would get wet. Now here, if it rained is in simple past. You would get wet is in present conditional. We have two more types, and we will go through type 3 now. So type 3 is used when unreal past condition. Type 3 is used when we are talking about unreal past condition and their possible results in past. And for if clause, we use past perfect, while for main clause, we use the present conditional. For the if clause, we use the past perfect tense, while for the main clause, we use the perfect conditional. For example, if it had rained, you would have fallen ill. Now, if you had rained, this is the past perfect tense, while the would suggests conditional type, would have fallen is the perfect conditional tense. And finally, we have mixed type conditional sentences. Now here we use this conditional type when we talk about unreal past condition and their possible results in present. So we again have the if and main clause. For if clause, we use past perfect tense. And for main clause, we use present conditional tense. We use present conditional form. For example, so if I had worked harder, I would have a better grade. Now here, if I had worked harder, this is the past perfect tense and it's unreal because this is already gone and you can't do anything about it. I would have a better grade. So would is the conditional, while have states that it's in present form. So would have a better grade is in present conditional form. Now we will go through some exercise. Now here are 5 sentences and we need to put the correct form of the verb that's given in the bracket. So if you love me, blank, meet me in the park. So we have, if you love me, meet me in the park. Now this is the correct form. If Mukesh goes to picnic, now this is in present tense, simple present, I not go. Now this is a possible statement. This can happen. It is a possible condition and hence falls under type 1. So when we have simple present tense in the if clause, we will have simple future tense in the main clause. So if Mukesh goes to picnic, I will not go. Next we have, if you blank beat a baby, she will cry. Now again, this is a possible condition and we have future tense, simple future tense in the main clause. Hence, we need to have a simple present tense in the if clause. So if you beat a baby, she will cry. If you call me, I will come. Now again, this is similar to the ones we've been doing. So these 3 statements are in type 1 condition. If you heat butter, it blank melt. Now this is the type 0 condition where we have general truths. So if the sentence is in simple present, we need to have the main clause in simple present too. So if you heat butter, it melts. And this is the general truth which falls under type 0. Next, we need to put the appropriate main clauses to these sentences. These are incomplete and we need to complete them. Now first we have, if I don't pay the phone bill today, now this is a possible condition and this seems to be of type 1 conditional sentence. So we need to have the main clause of simple future. So if I don't pay the phone bill today, my phone will die. Now this is in simple future tense. Next we have, if Monjo joins the team, again we have the same type 1 condition. If Monjo joins the team, they will win. This is again in simple future. Next we have, if it rains. Now this can be used as type 0 for general truths. So if it rains, the grasses gets wet. Now this is the general truth. And finally, if you're hungry, so you can say, you will cry if you're hungry. And with this, we've come to the end of this exercise. The homework for today's class is to make 2 sentences each for following conditional types. Type 0, type 1, type 2, type 3, and mixed type. So you can refer to the rules that we saw in the beginning of the class and then you can write it down. And in between, if you encounter any problem or have anything that you wish to share with us, please feel free to write to us at learning@deerwalk.edu.nb. Thanks for watching.